The three main things I like to really focus on when we're planning such a food stash is carbohydrates, fat and protein. So they're the three things you really need to make sure you have enough of, because I don't like to come out of the wilderness after a few days out there and just binge eat. So there's two of us in our group, in case you don't know, me and Christina. So the way I work it out is we need 500 grams of high carbohydrate foods for each day. So high carbohydrate foods that we have here is wholemeal bread, we have pasta and rice and muesli. So also we have a bit of this tasty cereal over here, which is a bit like Cocoa Pops, but I don't really include that. So all up, we're probably a bit over 500 grams per day. And just next to these, just next to the pasta and rice, we have about 200 grams of cashew nuts, 200 grams of assorted mixed nuts. So they're all raw, unsalted. That's no added salt. So they're the healthy nuts. And here is our pre-cooked meat. So soon I'll be chucking this in the freezer before we head into the mountains, and it will stay frozen because we're going above the main tree line into one of the coldest parts of Australia, where the average temperature is about -5 at night and up to -20 on a really cold night. So we have 400 grams of pre-cooked beef, 800 grams of pre-cooked pork there. Also in this bag is our salami. So including the salami in that bag you see and the salami in the sandwiches, we also have another almost half a kilo of salami. So I believe in total there should be 1.6 kilos of meat roughly. So here's our dried bananas we've talked about previously. It's about 250 grams of sun-dried bananas, another half kilo of dried fruits. So there's quite a variety of fruit in there. You've got pineapple, dried apples, dried pawpaw, dried figs, prunes, apricots and pears. So it's just a big mix of dried fruits. So there really is a lot of fruit there. So we could probably stretch this food out to 6 days actually, the way it's looking. So here's our whey protein. I always like to carry this stuff. You don't have to be some big bodybuilder to benefit from whey protein. So between these two bags there's 650 grams of protein. It's 90% protein. And we also like to take some fresh oranges on our hikes, because what I've found is if you don't get enough vitamin C for a few days in the wilderness, a lot of people come out and the first thing they want to do is just drink half a litre of orange juice. Well, to avoid the cravings for vitamin C that you get after a long hike, we share one orange for each day. So we only have 3 there. So tomorrow morning we'll eat an orange at breakfast, and those oranges there will carry in our backpacks for day 2, day 3 and day 4, and on day 5 we'll have an orange when we get back to the car. So we only have to carry 3 fresh oranges. So just down here I have my Nalgene containers just lined up. Very good quality, very strong. So there's pepper in that one. Then we have white tea, we have cooking oil, olive oil. So one of the only things that will actually leak out of an Nalgene container is oil. So I've just got that wrapped in plastic because a couple of drops of the oil will actually leak through the lid. Some Gatorade, Milo. So we are kind of repeating things here. I've mentioned a lot of this in previous videos, but hopefully you'll learn something if you are watching this and you've seen our other videos. So 220 grams of chocolate. Great camping food, great stuff. Very high in saturated fat, and believe it or not, your body actually requires about 10 grams of saturated fat per day. It is one of the nutritional requirements of a diet, and we're probably carrying a bit too much saturated fat. But based on the amount of exercise we're doing, it should be okay. So hydrated peas, also confectionery sweets, so they're snakes, a bit like jelly beans. These 4 food packs you see here, these are our nighttime meals. So one thing I've mentioned in a lot of my videos is these pasta packs. So you just buy them at the supermarket. Not the kind of thing you'd eat every day, but just for ultralight trail food, it's really a good thing. And for each of our pasta packs from the supermarket, we're carrying also 200 ml of milk, of UHT milk, that we will add to the pasta packs when we cook them. So there's 200 mils of milk. And these hydrated food packs we've been talking about a bit lately. So the great thing about these is you can actually cook the food in the bag. It's hydrated food, so it basically lasts forever. All you need is 500 ml of boiling water. Put that into the bag, then close the bag, and it becomes a bit like a real meal. So another trick we also do is, while the hydrated food is cooking inside that bag, we will mix the meat into the hydration bag, and it becomes like a stew. And we also add pasta or rice to those hydration sacks to just increase the amount of the size of the meal. So this green plastic bag, that's what we'll be carrying all the food in. Just sort of lay out also my titanium cook set, so you can see how we cook it. So nothing new there. I've mentioned this in lots of videos, and we even have a video dedicated to that cook set. So one of my ultimate little favourite bits of gear is the MSR dromedary. So it's a 10-litre dromedary. So tomorrow when we set out, I will also be carrying about 3 litres of water. And one thing about hiking in the snow that I've learnt, particularly this year, it's an idea I come up with recently, is when I am hiking in the snow, I always carry hot water or warm water. It's just not comfortable to drink regular temperature water in the snow. What happens is, because the air is so cold, your water will start to freeze. And if you're hiking along, your clothes are warm, your skin is warm, your body's warm because you're exercising, and then all of a sudden you drink this icy cold water. It just gets right inside your core, and it can actually make you sick, I've found. Because being in the snow, it's a constant battle to stay warm. So warm water is really the best. So tomorrow when we set out, a lot of this food will be frozen. So the hot water in the dromedary will be in a separate backpack. Whichever backpack has the frozen food in it, the other backpack will have the hot water in it, because we don't want the frozen food to thaw out. Because this is a 5-day hike. So another thing I carry out with me, very useful item, is just a set of digital scales. So we won't take the scales with us on the hike, but I've used the scales tonight to just weigh everything and check it. So I hope we've covered everything. Hope you can learn from this video. Feel free to comment. Just over here are our backpacks. There's my backpack, big canvas backpack, and there's Christina's ultralight backpack. So we'll be sharing the load. Thanks for watching. This is Bush Channel.